Welcome to Cruise News with the Travel Scouts. Let's quickly roll through the latest cruise news to get you fully up to speed. I have a load of big updates for you today. Let's go ahead and kick it off with number one. Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas is having its cruise extended by 2 days due to a typhoon that is keeping it from reaching its disembarkation port.
But it's not an easy decision for us to make, but it's all about safety, and we can't just sail into weather like this.
Yeah, that is a small clip of audio from the captain of the ship. I'll share more of that in a moment, but here's the deal. The Ovation is currently on a 16-day repositioning cruise going from Los Angeles to Yokohama, Japan. It is scheduled to arrive in Yokohama on October 9th, but a typhoon in the area is preventing that arrival. Now, in that region of the world, cyclonic storm activity is referred to as typhoons, just as we refer to that type of storm activity as hurricanes off the east and west coast of the U.S. But this typhoon, this storm, is significant. You can see on this tracker that it is currently located just to the south of Japan, and it is moving north towards the island. The name of this storm is Typhoon Holong. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But the winds with the storm are currently being measured at 161 miles per hour. That would place it in our equivalency at a Category 5 hurricane level, so this weather system is a beast. Now, the Ovation of the Seas cruise ship is currently located on the northern part of Japan, and it is supposed to move south to Yokohama, which you can see on the map right now. But that would place the cruise ship along with its passengers in extreme danger. So the captain, along with Royal Caribbean's Operations Center in Miami, have decided to delay the movement to Yokohama by 2 days. Here's a larger portion of the announcement by the captain on board the ship. A special thank you to one of our viewers who sent this clip to us. Give it a listen.
We have been working with our head office in Miami and we told this in the office throughout the night yesterday, looking through the weather system. But the cyclone became a super cyclone with very high winds, and the 9th of October, the system is basically in front of Yokohama port. So very carefully, so we decided to postpone the call to Yokohama the 9th, and we call Yokohama the 11th instead. I know that's a big impact for all of us on board, for incoming guests and outgoing guests and guests we have on board. But it's not an easy decision for us to make, but it's all about safety, and we can't just sail into weather like this.
We will keep you up to date on this. A good, understandable safety move by the cruise line, but this will no doubt create some challenges for some passengers as they seek to get new hotel accommodations, flight changes, and the such. This is one of those situations where it's great to have travel insurance. Stay tuned for more updates. Next, for those who cruise with their kids or grandkids, number 2, Royal Caribbean is increasing their pricing for their nursery and their late night kids club. This information was recently shared by Royal Caribbean blog and was spotted on the cruise line's app. The nursery is for children ages 6 months to 36 months, and it is always an extra charge per hour. But it has been noted that on the app, the price went from $6 to $9 per hour prior to 6 p.m., and it went from $8 to $12 per hour after 6 p.m. Additionally, 𝗔𝗍𝘀𝗀𝗏, which is for children ages 3 to 12, is increasing their hourly charge after 10 p.m. from $10 to $15 per hour. 𝗔𝗍𝘀𝗀𝗏 remains complimentary prior to 10 p.m. Moving on to number 3, as of today, Norwegian Cruise Line's newest ship, the Norwegian Aqua, has arrived at its newest home port. The Norwegian Aqua arrived in Miami this morning. The ship will be based at the port through next spring. During that time, the vessel will largely conduct 7-day sailings visiting the Dominican Republic, the Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas. Prices for these 7-day sailings start on the low end at $599 per person. Then number 4, P&O Cruises is opening up 2 of their adults-only cruise ships to passengers who are 12 months of age or older. This has been announced for the P&O Arcadia and the P&O Aurora. This will be the first time ever that these adults-only vessels have been opened up to allow children on board. But it will only be for select sailings on each of the ships beginning in December of 2026. For the Aurora, it will include 12 voyages shown on the screen right now, and for the Arcadia, there will be 8 available cruises that will allow youngsters on board. Okay, I have more cruise news pieces remaining, but I do want to get you feedback on our last survey question. In the last video, I asked what type of travel insurance policy you typically purchase for a cruise. And in response, the majority, 66%, said you typically purchase policies trip by trip. 17% of you have an annual policy, and another 17% do not generally get travel insurance. Thank you for your input on that. There was good conversation in the comments section as well. Much appreciated. Here is today's question. The question for today is all about cruise content, and your responses will be very helpful and interesting. I'm presuming that many of you receive cruise content and information from social media platforms in addition to YouTube, and that is my question. Which social media platforms do you typically use to get cruise content aside from YouTube? Do you get cruise information from A, Instagram, B, Facebook, C, TikTok, or D, other? And that other could be none, or it could be another platform not mentioned. But let me know which of those platforms most resonates with you. I look forward to reading your responses, but now on with the cruise news. Number 5, a passenger has been banned from sailing with Carnival Cruise Line after smuggling alcohol on board. The passenger has a fitness page on TikTok called Madison West 2000. While Madison was on her bachelorette cruise, the bride-to-be decided to bring alcohol on board concealed in a feminine hygiene product. She then proceeded to post a video on TikTok about sneaking the alcohol on board, and somehow it came to the attention of Carnival Cruise Line. Madison then received a visit from the ship's security, which she also filmed and posted. Madison later revealed that after returning home from the voyage, she was contacted by Carnival and informed that she was banned from sailing with them. So Carnival is holding a fairly tight line with this. Was this the right move by Carnival? Would love to get your thoughts down in the comments. Next, number 6, I have a hurricane season update. We have activity in both the Atlantic and Eastern Pacific. Let's start in the Atlantic. Tropical Storm Jerry is currently active in the Atlantic. Looking at the forecasted path, you can see that it is expected to become a hurricane that is identified by the letter H. And the Hurricane Center believes it will pass close to the northeastern Caribbean in the Thursday to Friday timeframe. We will continue to monitor this and will provide an update in the next video. Meanwhile, there is a lot going on in the Eastern Pacific. Right now, the biggest threat is from Hurricane Priscilla. It is classified as a major hurricane with max sustained winds measured at 110 miles per hour. Now, its path has it moving towards the northwestern coast of Mexico. And this will affect the itineraries for cruises planned along Mexico's west coast. And also be aware that there is another weather system directly behind it that is expected to have cyclone formation as well. So volatile area right now, the cruise lines will make necessary adjustments for the safety of passengers, but any voyages to this area will likely be rerouted well clear of the storm activity. Moving on to number 7, TUI Cruises has discontinued plans to build 2 new ships for their Marella Cruises brand. TUI operates 3 different cruise brands. They were planning to build 2 new vessels for their British line called Marella. But those agreements with the shipyard have been canceled, and they have instead rewrote the agreements to have the 2 new ships built for their German-focused cruise line called Mein Schiff. So sadly, Marella loses out, but good news for Mein Schiff. These 2 new vessels are scheduled to be delivered in 2031 and 2032. Then number 8, I have a dry dock report for the month of October. Cruise ships will typically go into dry dock approximately every 5 years. During this month, I'm tracking 5 different cruise ships from different cruise lines that are scheduled to be in dry dock for at least some portion of the month. Here is the list on the screen right now, and of course, if you're aware of more, please chime in down in the comments. So why is this good to know? Well, sailings on older cruise ships are typically cheaper than sailings on newer vessels. But if you can find an older vessel that has been refurbished and refreshed in the dry dock process, a lot of times that means that you have just found a ship that looks and feels relatively new, but without the new price tag. Before I book an older ship, I almost always look for when it was last refurbished. And you can generally find that out with a quick online search, just something to consider when you're booking your next cruise. Okay, I hope the news today was helpful. I want to say a special thank you to our newest channel members, and for everyone, you are up to date. If you want to stay up to date and be ready for your next cruise, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.